0, 1. Let's get started. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Prophets to the People podcast. And today I have my special guests, Gene and Justin, from the Two Jewelers. And I appreciate y'all giving me some time to ask y'all some questions today. So we're just going to get right into it. But I just want to ask you all, why did you all get into the field of jury?
Um, Neither of us liked school that much, and
Shiny things.
we grew up with a family that owned a jewelry store, and
Oh, okay.
we were both artists, so we thought, other than being a starving artist, this would be a good line of work to get into.
I just wanted to do what he wanted to.
Okay, so both of y'all parents were in the jury?
No, we had a friend that.
Grew up. His parents were.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. And so y'all like designing things and y'all use that in the jury.
Yep.
Okay. And so how long have you all worked in the jury business? Like did y'all work at another jewelry store before y'all started your own?
Yeah, I think
Many stores.
I think I worked at 7 different stores.
Oh, okay.
This is my 27th year in the jewelry industry, so I think Gene's
22, maybe somewhere around there.
Oh, okay.
22 years in.
So did y'all have to take any kind of special courses or go to college and
We both have, but we didn't need to. It's just to
Mhm.
further our education. With this field, you're always learning.
We were lucky enough that there was a lot of master jewelers back in the day, and we got to learn a lot from them.
Yeah, so a lot of us from experience, not necessarily
Yeah,
from
just
school and stuff like that.
on the job training, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, because I think that's a good thing nowadays. Being able to learn stuff on the job through experience, uh,
Definitely.
compared to only going to college, and
Right.
things like that. And then, as far as like, what made you all decide to own your own business instead of working for somebody else?
So we were both working at a store, and I just felt like it was going under, and even if it wasn't, I didn't like that feeling. I had a kid on the way. I had just bought a house, and Justin's been trying to get me to go into business with him for a long time, and
Even in elementary school, we said we were going to be store owners together. And
yeah.
he actually printed up little business cards when printers first came out
Mhm.
that had our names on it, store owners, Gene and Justin.
So, how long have y'all been friends then?
Long
Since
time.
we were little.
5th grade.
Oh, okay.
And we're
Yeah, we,
40, 41, 42 now. So
So y'all families were close, and then
we lived. We were.
I got to stay in the
we
same
lived
neighborhood.
close together and went to the same school.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
Blue
Yeah.
Springs. We grew up here. So
Oh, that's pretty cool. And then as far as like being able to start a jewelry business, like how did you finance the business? Like did you have to get loans or y'all had money saved or some
Or-
people invested in y'all to do
It's
it?
probably hard to believe, but we started this place with $5,000. Justin had been acquiring equipment the whole time he's been in the business, so we had enough to do repairs. We started this place with 2 cases we found on the side of the road, and we fixed them up, made them look nice. Didn't have money to buy jewelry to put in them.
Our first day open, we didn't have any jewelry.
So y'all was just strictly doing repairs and
Yeah,
things like that.
and we just slowly add to the inventory.
Yeah.
I remember a first feeling of like, oh, we got a nice golden diamond ring now.
Yeah.
It was like our first one that we can sell.
It was almost embarrassing, but you had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So as far as like y'all marketing, because I know I found out about y'all just riding past, but like as far as marketing, like how did y'all get y'all sales out there for more business and stuff like that?
Justin, he's known a lot of people for a long time and has kept in good contact with them. So
Word of mouth,
yeah,
really.
we've grown up in the area, so when word got out, people started giving us a try. So
Yeah, because I know
Tell
y'all
your
said y'all
friends.
were doing repairs, so y'all were doing them already, like at home and stuff like that, and then y'all transitioned over to the.
We
No.
we never did them at home.
Yeah.
We never did repairs at home. We always strictly wanted to have a business with an alarm and insurance. We wanted to have a actual established place to do
Yeah.
repairs.
Yeah. You know, there's a dangerous side to jewelry too, and you don't really want that in your house.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, Robbing and things like that, like
yeah.
becoming a target.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. And so, like, as far as your business and things like, is this your first time starting a business? Like, did y'all have other business ideas before y'all did the jewelry?
No, this
It's
was
this always been jewelry.
yeah.
That's always been in the back of our minds. It took decades um, to actually pull the trigger and
Yeah.
to
We had
do
to
it.
grow up a little bit.
Yeah. So y'all got the experience, like you said, working through a jewelry store, and then like were y'all ever managers in the store, or y'all just
Like, I mean, we give advice to the team.
yeah,
Every place we worked, we were the ones that people ask questions.
Yeah. No
mhm,
matter
So
how low we were on the totem pole, it's when you're the jeweler, you're the
yeah,
chef of the restaurant. So that's kind of how it goes, and you pick up little aspects of other business, if you pay attention to that sort of thing. But
yeah,
really, what got me thinking was just working at some of these other stores and seeing almost how the place kind of seemed to run itself. The owner was never there at the last place we were at.
yeah.
He had a decent team of people, but we were like, man, we can do that. So
yeah. I mean, it's easier than you think it is. You just have to be brave, go out, and you got one step, and then another step, and then another step, and eventually it all comes together to become the bigger picture.
Yeah. So did y'all have people that would probably say, "Don't do that. You're not ready,"
Oh
or
yeah,
have y'all always
yeah,
had like people that supported y'all and just said, "Go ahead and do it"? And
yeah. A lot of
both,
a lot of the drive that we have is because people said, oh no, that's that you couldn't own something like
yeah,
that, or you couldn't do something like that. You don't know how hard work it is. Be honest, just do it. It's easy.
yeah,
Put in the time, and hard work always pays off.
and it's worth it working for yourself.
so do you, so I know y'all said that y'all had people that worked in the jury. So did y'all come from like other entrepreneurs, or like your parents had their own
No,
business?
No,
Or
no, both my parents worked, but
yeah,
regular old jobs. So,
same.
yeah. So y'all was just tired of working for somebody else. So like we could do this ourselves.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. And then also, what do y'all like about having your own business? Then
Well, I like
Yeah,
I like the fact that I get to work with him,
yeah,
and that's my boss. You
yeah,
know, and I'm his boss. So that's a
yeah.
that's a good
You
feeling
know, it's
to have someone on your side and on your team.
yeah, your friend.
I
Compared,
talk about it daily of like I still feel like I'm working somewhere else, that keeps that responsibility going.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, I am the person that I have to face, and
yeah,
same with him.
it's
y'all
accountability.
got to
Still
report
got
to
some
each other.
Like
accountability. Yeah,
without him, this wouldn't be. Without each other,
yeah,
we hold each other accountable, and it's fun
yeah,
doing. It's fun
So it's
to
like hanging out basically, and then
for
y'all
sure.
working and
Yeah,
stuff. Because like yeah, so I know y'all said that the previous jewelry stores I worked for, they kind of ran themselves, and then I see like now y'all have an employee and things like that. And so I guess is that eventually what y'all want to do too, like where y'all hands off with it, or do y'all want to?
I wouldn't say completely.
yeah,
Maybe work less, but
Yeah.
I mean, this is a job we can do till we're 90,
yeah.
Hmm.
It's not taxing on
and
you really. So.
we love it. I wouldn't see ever being out of touch.
Yeah. Yeah, because when I think about a jewelry store, like I said, y'all started out with 5,000, and you kind of work your way up. So it's just like I would never think like you would think you had to have money, like a a large amount to kind
Yeah,
of get into it and stuff. But
we didn't take
Now
out
you
any
would
loans.
if you're not a jeweler. I mean, we were lucky in the fact that we have the skilled trade of
Mhm.
being a bench jeweler. And at the beginning, the thing that got us by, and we were more busy when we opened because we were doing work for 7 other jewelry stores. So they'd bring us all their repairs, and we would knock them out here. But we were working 9 to 11 some days. I mean, it was
Okay, so y'all had different connections that kept y'all
yeah,
busy too,
yeah,
outside of people coming in and stuff like that.
yeah. Because in the beginning, we didn't have money for marketing, obviously, and we still don't pay for marketing. Um,
Yeah, just because I know
have
y'all
a
have a
lot of
Facebook page and stuff like that,
right
but y'all don't do like ads and all that.
for sure.
But yeah, just to
Limited audience.
touch base on that subject, when the other jewelry stores are asking us to do the repair work, that just goes to show that our job is in demand.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you have to kind of know the market you're getting into. A lot of when you think of a jeweler or a master jeweler, you think of like an older guy. And to be honest, they're all dying off. There's not a lot of younger kids. I don't know one that says, "Oh, I want to go into the diamond and gold industry."
Yeah.
I don't know a single one.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to talk to y'all too. Like just some of the different skilled trade. I would say a trade.
Yep.
Basically, you don't hear a lot of people talking about those. Like a lot of the like y'all, younger guys, but like some of the older guys, like I've talked to, not just in jewelry, but maybe like in leather working, things like that, like where there's skilled trade. They kind of say, it's not a lot of young people kind of lining up for those kind of things. A lot of different trades, and so like, and these are things that, like you said, like probably a lot of people don't really think about, and that's why I kind of wanted to highlight y'all because it was like, this is stuff that everybody wear. Everybody wears jewelry. If you're getting married or you just like wearing jewelry, and then for the young people, you see the entertainers, the rappers, wearing the jewels, and so a lot of people like I see little kids in elementary wearing they fake chains, but
Yeah.
Baseball players,
but they're still wearing them. Yeah, baseball
NFL
players. Yeah, they're
they
pretty.
look
Yeah,
up to them.
so you always see it, and so but you never think about the person that's doing it, and so like, and that's like you said, it's a need because everybody is wearing jewelry, and so from what y'all were saying is that y'all were able to be able to grow in the business because of y'all already had the skills of knowing how to do the jewels, and not just y'all were just selling jewelry, y'all knew how to make it and customize it. And so, as far as that, like, as far as future jewelers, I guess you would just say, learn the skills before you would probably try to
Yeah, I
open your own
mean,
business as far as
there's
selling jewelry.
there's plenty of people out there that do well just selling it, but doesn't make sense to me. If someone buys something, I want to be able to size it, get it on their finger
Fix it if
when
it
they walk
breaks.
out the
Yep.
door. And how can you stand behind your product when you have to send it out for 2 weeks? So
Yeah,
I don't know. I wouldn't want that kind of stress, but people do it. So
yeah. Well, I even know some of the bigger stores. You have to wait sometimes. Like if you got to get a size, if they're not able to do it right there,
right.
you got to come
That's
back.
the normal.
Yeah,
And they didn't used to be that way. So back in the '80s, there were tons of bench jewelers around, and that started dying off mid '90s. I mean, kind of a weird deal, but like every one of the mall stores used to have a jeweler in there,
yeah,
and now it's rare to find that. So
yeah. So you
it's
gotta, they have to send it off. So
yeah,
mainly, yeah, a lot of people in the stores are basically salespeople. They're
right.
not jewelers. Yeah. So that's the thing I kind of wanted to highlight more because y'all are jewelers. People that work with the jewelry, and then just getting people interested in, maybe even looking into that. Like you said, y'all were into art and things like that. And even with the art field, sometimes you only think of painting and drawing, but there's a lot of things that you could do with the art too.
I've always pictured it as sculptural,
Yeah,
you know, sculpting
designing and
something,
stuff.
yeah, using a different media.
hmm With the metals.
Yep.
And then also, what is something y'all dislike about having your own business?
Oh yeah.
The paperwork of just acquiring a business license is just something they don't train you in school.
Right.
Getting your business license, getting the tax ID number.
There's always something new too.
And yeah, the state will send you something. Hey, you got to do this and send this in. You don't even know what half of it means,
Yeah.
because we are not businessmen. I mean,
Yep.
that's just plain and simple. We're passionate about what we do, and enough so that we thought, hey, we can go out and do this on our own, figure out the rest as we go.
Yeah, anybody can learn how to do it.
Yeah. So as far as like I guess the business aspect, do y'all have to have somebody else do it, or do y'all just kind of figure it out as y'all go?
We hire a CPA. We hire people to do the taxes. We hire, what we can hire out
Yeah.
to help us. We do. Yeah, someone takes care of our payroll and stuff like that.
Yeah. So that's another good thing then too. Then if you look at it like you may not have the business skills, but you have the craftsmanship.
Right.
Don't let that stop you, from starting your business either.
Yeah, people. There's someone out there to help in every area.
Yeah. Yeah, like the marketing and like you said, the accounting side, the taxes and stuff like that. Because
Basically, being jewelers, we're the hardest thing to obtain in a jewelry business.
Mhm.
So we had two of them, and
hence our name,
it worked
Two
perfect.
Jewelers.
Two jewelers. Yeah.
So when I say the rest we'll just figure it out. As long as, just like with any business, if you're taking care of your customers, offering a good product and a good service, the money's not a problem. Then it's just finding someone to do all their math work with the money that we don't do. We handle all the stuff day to day.
Yeah.
Business aspect, that's just not us, and we always knew that. But luckily, there's other people to help you with that.
So when y'all jumped out there, was it full time, part time? Like I know y'all said y'all started with a $5,000 investment, but like did y'all start doing it full time or did y'all do it?
So when you open a store, you have to be there. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, someone was here at all open hours. I think we were actually open 6 days a week back then, and I would work the first 3 days, and then he'd work the end of the week or something. I think we split it up somehow like that, but we didn't have that many customers in the beginning. We were lucky. I remember telling Gene, we had 3 customers today.
Yeah.
Or so as time went on, we started working more, but it was both of us. We
were both working for another shop.
Yeah.
And so if he was manning that shop, I was manning this shop, and vice versa. But we were coming in. I mean, we'd come in at 7 in the morning, get all the stuff done that we could here. Then you got to leave and go take care of that shop. And sometimes come back here after that one because the other stores, they needed their stuff back.
And all this during COVID, because we were open December 2019.
Yeah.
And then we were open 2 months, and then March 2020 they shut everything down for a couple months, couldn't open. So we had to battle that.
So y'all was basically working 2 jobs in the beginning. Basically, y'all was still working one other jeweler, and then y'all was just working here too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we got both full time here pretty quickly. I would say less than a year,
somewhere around a year.
Yeah, because I think I mentioned y'all have families and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I know they were probably like, what are y'all doing? Or y'all like y'all said, y'all was both working until y'all got it up to a level where y'all felt like, yeah.
That took some coaxing for my wife. She needed the accountant to tell her
he could do it.
Get a paycheck, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because I know that's another thing too. Like sometimes people may be scared to jump out there because of the financial aspect, and then you hear people that say, you don't have to do it full time, starting out.
Yeah.
But do it on the side, and then once it gets big enough, then you can
Yeah, that's
jump out there.
That's kind of the approach we took.
You got to work your full time and start with part time on the other.
Yeah.
I'm not a big believer in side hustle, but you got to put full into one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're starting a business, definitely you want to put all your effort into that business.
Yeah, that's a good point right there.
Yeah.
And then lastly, what advice would y'all give to the next generation of jewelers and business owners, things like that?
Do it quicker than we did.
Yeah, that was one regret. We still say we should have done this sooner.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do one little step today. Like if you're not already a business owner.
Yeah.
So as far as like jewelers, say like you're a young kid in high school or about to get out of high school, like what would be the step, I guess, to become a jeweler? Because I know they have some schools I've seen in the stores and stuff, but
Just get interested in it.
yeah.
Find something that you like. If you see something, say, I wonder how did they make that, or how did they do that, and then you can look up, or if you think certain gemstones are pretty, look up, say, what gemstone is that? I want to see what purple gemstones, or just be curious about it.
Yeah. And with Amazon nowadays, you can get
you can get tools.
can get the tools for dirt cheap.
Yeah.
When we were starting out, you couldn't do that. And jewelry tools for good ones are very expensive. So buy the cheap tools. Get the basics that you need.
Yep. Then when you can afford
silver's
the good
cheap
ones,
enough, you can mess with silver. You can mess with brass, copper. Just get used to working with those metals. And again, you treat it like a sculpture. You don't even have to make jewelry. Just start welding metal, start soldering metal, start engraving. These techniques that we use are going to be gone, and they have laser engravers and scribe engravers, but everyone that has a piece like that made comes to us 3 months later because that laser engraving, you can't see it. So there's always
more
going
hands-on
to be
individual still.
Yeah, there's always going to be a need for a human to go in and get that engraving deep. Like it used to be back in the day.
I don't foresee robots or AI or anything taking over this job.
Yeah. Electrician is a great job and they make good money. But I could see a robot wiring a building at some point.
Oh, you think so? Or building houses and stuff like that?
Hey, they're working on it.
Yeah. I know they're trying to build them in factories and stuff now. Like,
Yeah.
So I mean, and so like the jewelry, just different trades, skilled trades, and like I was saying, where they always need that hands-on touch, where it's not going to be able to be automated, and that's a lot of people's concern nowadays too. But even the places that had the self checkout, now they're kind of dialing back on those because people are still
right. I don't work for Walmart.
Yeah, so it's like so that's always been my mindset, is just more so getting the skills, like I was saying. And then like one other question, so as far as like how do y'all acquire the metals and things like that, like do y'all have a account with metal companies and stuff like that?
There's companies out there.
We have different suppliers, also customers that come in. Sometimes they want to sell their gold, they want to sell their silver, and then there's many different refiners around across the United States that we use. But one of our main suppliers is in Louisiana.
Yeah,
we get a lot of.
If you want to start learning, you can set up a student account with them called Stoller. You can order raw material directly.
Yeah, I mean, there's classes too. You get online, you can see classes for jewelry. I think I've taken 1 or 2 this year already, just for fun.
Yeah. Never stop learning.
All right, good advice. Well, I appreciate y'all for answering these questions with me today. And then, we'll put y'all information up also, so that way people can, know where y'all located at.
Great.
But I do want to thank y'all for your time, and everybody have a good evening.